Guests of honor have already arrived and would be joining us soon. We are happy to announce that we have commenced our Foundation Day celebration with the inauguration of stalls showcasing products by SHGs that have been credit linked by Nabfins. We request each of you to please settle down as we are expecting our guests very shortly to join us for the event. Thank you.
morning. We request the audience to be seated, leaving 2 front rows vacant for the chief guest. I repeat, we kindly request the audience to be seated such that 2 rows at the front are left vacant for the chief guests.
Good morning, everyone. I would request all of you to please. Our guests have already arrived and we are about to start the program very shortly. The inauguration of stalls have already been completed and we are already all set to begin this Foundation Day celebrations. Just one request to the people sitting at the back are requested to come a little bit forward. There is so many chairs which are vacant, so please come forward because we require a lot of cheers from the audience for all the participants in the events. So energy has to be continuously flowing in. Please occupy the front seats. Please come forward. All our RMs especially who are leading in field from the front should also be in the front only. Please. All backbenchers, please come forward. Bhaskaran sir. Good morning to one and all. A very warm good morning to all of you on this golden moment where Nabfins Parivar is celebrating its 15th Foundation Day. So the company has already
crossed 14 years and we are marching on proudly to the 15th year.
It's a moment of great happiness and pride for all of us. So let's celebrate this occasion with our honorary guest. Let us warmly welcome the dignitaries.
let's accord a warm welcome to the dignitaries onto the stage with a huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly put your hands together for welcoming the guests of the day onto the dais. We request our Managing Director, Dr. Divakar Hegde, to accompany the guests of the day onto the stage. Sir, please.
As we celebrate our 15th Foundation Day, we are privileged and honored to have our esteemed guest for the occasion. We welcome our honorable guest with a round of applause. Very much thanks. Yeah.
My specs and folder was here. This folder, let it be here.
Yeah, no problem, sir.
As a small token of our love and utmost reverence, I request our Managing Director to welcome the dignitaries onto the stage with a sapling, symbolizing our collective commitment towards the environment. Let's give a big round of applause.
We welcome our founding chairman, Shri Padma Shri Shri Aloysius P. Fernandez Saab. I would request Managing Director sir to welcome Chairman sir Shri S.V. Ranganath sir. I also request our MD sir to please welcome special guest for the occasion, Shri T. Ramesh sir, our nominee director and CGM NABARD Karnataka. I would request now our Chief Operating Officer, Shri Mohan Prasad sir, to please come on the stage and welcome our leader and MD sir, Dr. Divakar Hegde sir also. Without his guidance and support, we would not have achieved these milestones. Welcome sir, welcome all the special guests and dignitaries for this occasion. Today, we are marching proudly on to our 15th year as an organization.
As we reminisce on the glory, let's take a moment to acknowledge the achievements made possible by the collective efforts of each and every member of the Nabfins family.
As an organization which has grown one more year young, we are truly proud to have a deluge of golden feathers in our cap.
A plethora of accolades to cherish.
We are indeed happy to share a few of them on this momentous occasion.
Driving our mission, we expanded our operations in 3 more states this year, which increased our states under operation to 19.
Reiterating our ensuing commitment to women empowerment, we opened 3 new all-women-led branches under direct lending vertical.
We showcased an excellent performance with our active borrower counts, surpassing the golden milestone of 8.35 lakhs and credit-linked households crossing 12 lakhs.
With these milestones, let us begin our function with taking the blessings from Almighty, invoking the blessings of Almighty to start this wonderful occasion. I would request our
Sangeeta and Chetan to come over for the prayer song.
Sangeeta and Chetan, please. It is here, in fact. We would also request our dignitaries to please inaugurate the function formally through lighting of the lamp simultaneously. Thank you.
महागणपति महागणपति मनसा स्मरामि
महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि
महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि देवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिम् महादेवसुतं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं
महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं
महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं महादेवसुतं गुरुगुहनुतं मारकोटि प्रकाशं शान्तं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियम् महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियं महाकाव्यनाटकादिप्रियं मूषिकवाहनमोदकप्रियम् महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि वसिष्ठवामदेवादिवन्दितमहागणपतिम्
Thank you. Thank you, Chetan and Sangeeta, for this wonderful melody of fusion, classic, and rock music, and invoking the blessings of Almighty for this wonderful Ganesh Vandana. We would also like to thank our esteemed guest for lighting the lamp and inaugurating this formal functions. As we mark the beginning of formal events, let us. The year gone by was indeed remarkable as we have attained near heights.
and set higher bounds for ourselves.
Before we move on to the events of the day, allow us to give a brief introduction. I, Shubham,
And I, Atishya, are your hosts for the day as we celebrate our 15th Foundation Day. As we mark the beginning of the formal events, we welcome onto the stage our Chief Operating Officer, Shri Mohan Prasad, to accord a warm welcome to all those who have graced this occasion with their esteemed presence. So, please.
Good morning to all of you, respected dignitaries on dais, Nabfins team, board of directors present here, as also who are joining through virtual mode, and representative from MFIs and entrepreneurs who have come here for showcasing their products here. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to this occasion of 15th Foundation Day. A very warm welcome to all of you on this special occasion. This celebration is 15th Foundation Day under leadership of our board of directors and previous team leaders, and each one of our team has helped in moving from beginning to this now 25,000 crore, 2,500 crore balance sheet size, and now moving on to 3,000 crore balance sheet size. I am welcoming our chairman, Sri S.B. Ranganathan sir. Ranganathan sir, who is Chief Secretary, ex-Chief Secretary of Government of Karnataka, and his vast experience has always guided us in, and he has been a driving force behind motivating the team, and that is one of the reasons for past 4 years he has been guiding us, and our business has grown to 2,500 crore. And his guidance in our board meeting or otherwise also has always been helpful. I, sir, on behalf of Nabfins Parivar, welcome to this Nabfins Foundation. From humble beginning of SSG bank linkage program, NABARD has been promoting this subsidiary, and since beginning of this Nabfins, we have our founding members have contributed a lot. So I am very privileged to have our founding chairman, Padma Shri A.P. Fernandez sir, who has been leader in SSG bank linkage program in Marada, and after this second phase of this SSG, MFIs have now taken up this entire project of SSG lending. So, sir has always been, has always ensured that he will be present in this function. So, I welcome Fernandez sir. Sir, he has never missed, I have heard, he has never missed any Foundation Day celebration. So, we salute your spirit, sir, and we welcome you from our Nabfins family. Thank you, sir. NABARD has spearheaded the SSG bank linkage program, and we always look forward to NABARD, and NABARD as a guardian. And we have a guardian here, our beloved Chief General Manager T. Ramesh sir, who has been always guiding. He is so actively involved in our board meetings, and his experience in NABARD and DDM in North Canara and various states, and also he was in Nabfins. So some of the points we were not able to explain, very frankly I am telling, but sir used to convince board. So no, this is the system. So thank you for sir your guidance, and for always your endeavor to for betterment of Nabfins, and support from board of directors like you have helped us in growing to such level of business. So now let us rededicate this commitment for development of the poor and untouched, where we are trying to reach in various corners of the country. Now we have reached to 18 states, and we are expanding our business in Goa and Tripura also, Goa and Tripura. And we have opened already, it has been explained by our host team, we have opened 3 women branches. And one of the women-led branches are doing much better business than the main branches opened at the same time. So this is one of the great initiative by our Nabfins team. So, on this occasion, once again, I welcome all of our Nabfins team who are joining live through virtual mode, because without their support, we can't do any business. So I once again warmly welcome all board of directors, all our stakeholders, and our Nabfins team, and those who are present here for this Foundation Days celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Reiterating the words of our Chief Operating Officer, our achievements, the milestones we have scaled, would not have been possible without the 2,300 strong team that we have, supporting our business aspirations day in and day out. Leading the team from the front is a very strong and able leadership, which is indeed qualified and quantified by the collective accomplishments of the team.
As an organization, we are indeed privileged to have Dr. Divakar Hegde sir as our leader, our pillar of support and guiding force.
I invite our beloved Managing Director, Dr. Divakar Hegde, to deliver the inaugural address.
Good morning. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. So welcome to this 15th Foundation Day of Nabfins. Respected Chairman of Nabfins, Shri Ranganath Aure, the Doyen of SHG Bank Linkage Program and Microfinance Program in the country, Padma Shri Fernandez Sahebre, the Chief General Manager and Board of Director of Nabfins, Shri Ramesh Aure, and the esteemed guests who are with us in this hall, who have accepted our invitation and joined this program, this foundation, family level Nabfins family level celebration, and also our board of directors who are joining through social media like YouTube, and our branches across 18 states and union territory. More than 400 branches are there, and 2,300 employees are joining and live watching this program. I extend a warm welcome to this Foundation Day, and officers from NABARD and our own colleagues from Nabfins and their family members. So we are here today to celebrate the Foundation Day of Nabfins. Friends, you all know that Nabfins is a brainchild of NABARD. It is promoted and nurtured by NABARD to address the challenges that were being faced in the microfinance industry. So we were to become a benchmark for reference so that other MFIs can emulate us, and maybe they take our models to meet the requirements of rural women households, and through the process they can empower their lives. I am confident that we are playing this role responsibly, and we have ensured in the last 15 years that we have reached more than 8 million live active accounts are there today with us. So 8 lakh means it is something like 32 to 34 lakh persons are attached to this Nabfins family. So that is the achievement, and we are responsible for bringing that kind of change in their lives. I think that it is not a small feat, but there is a long way to go. Today we are there in 80 states and on union territory. We are having more than 400 branches. Statistics is very impressive. we have made a very good growth of, in the last 5 years, if you see, we are seeing almost 15% CAGR is there. And last 2 years, we have made a growth of 42%. And this year, our growth is more than that. So very impressive balance sheet is being generated, no doubt about that. And it's a big family which has grown into almost 2,500 employees today. And it is still growing, still evolving. In this 15 years of journey, I think it is not a very long period for any institution. I think if you see our journey, our performances, the milestones we have achieved, they are very, very impressive. And if you see last 2 years, we have made many initiatives. We wanted to bring not only providing credit plus activities. We have tried to touch the women health issue by opening our own clinics in the branches. This is something like a e-clinic where women can come and consult the experts over digital mode, and they'll get the consultation and some medicine as well. So this is being tested around 25 branches across the country, and there is a very good response for that. In addition to that, we are providing insurance to each and every borrower who is taking loan from Nabfins, and so that their well-being is taken care as long as they are associated with Nabfins. I think this is one of the visions where Government of India is also looking for, that everybody should be financially included, and insurance is one product which will protect the family in the when there is a difficulty they are going to face, which is uncertainty. We don't know when it will strike. So this is one area we are making our efforts, and we are also having CSR initiatives. You know, corporate social responsibility is one area, I think, where Nabfins is playing very responsibly. We have promoted projects in sanitation, projects in women health and children education, then also digital education. So these are the areas which are very much in need in the rural areas. We felt we have to pay back to the society. It is not totally that profit making is the only motive. We are going for, instead of going single, profit as the motive, we are going with a PPP model. That is a profit, planet and people. So keeping all these things in view, we are moving towards that kind of a responsible microfinance in the country today. And CSR is one thing we are going in collaboration with the major players like Sulabh International, many leading hospitals, including hospitals in Bangalore, good schools and colleges, even the universities we are working with, so that we can reach and the needy people, and in the process, whether we can make some improvement, we can changes in the lives of the people who are associated with Nabfins. Friends, having said that, we are also having some challenges with us. One is, I think, the technology front. We are making, with the able guidance of the board of directors, we are making major strides in that. I think year of 2022-23 is a happening period for entire microfinance sector, including Nabfins. We have already we have made some efforts to identify the right technology, right platform, so that we can make the experience of our borrowers, onboarding experience and the borrowing experience from Nabfins will be a unique one and a model one. For that, all efforts are on. We are already moving. We are getting a new technology platform, which will be a state-of-the-art kind of technology and addressing the maybe next 5 to 7 years technological requirements, and we will be real model when that happens. And that is not very far away. Maybe it's only 6 months away, I feel. So we have made the cashless transaction long back for the disbursement side. Only for collection side, yes, we have to make this effort, and this is going to happen with the effort of all of you and the guidance from the board of directors and NABARD and other regulators. And if you see the microfinance landscape today, there are many things are happening. Lot of activities are there, whether it is mergers or acquisitions. I mean, the microfinance sector is one sector where even the public is showing a lot of interest. You might have heard about public issues in the recent time. There are subscribed more than 75 times, 80 times and all. So that is the kind of interest people are showing in microfinance, and the image of microfinance has really moved away from what is only a money provider, has been to environmental, social concerns and governance issues all being addressed by microfinance. I think that is a huge development, huge transformation for the sector as a whole. So for us also, it's we are always into responsible financing, whether it is governance, whether it is fair practice code, whether it is documentation. We are always transparent and keeping the borrower's interest high. So that was the mantra for us from the day one. So we never compromised on that. I think for us, it is very easy to, I think, adopt the practices which is being preached or being advised, being given by the regulators or NABARD, so that ultimately the borrower's interests are protected. You know that there are industry reports which says that more than 500 districts in India are still microfinance has to make some impact. It is not significantly seen there. Our all efforts are only few districts. And there are 117 districts which are aspiring districts, aspirational districts. And 180 districts or so districts. Why I'm saying these statistics is there is a huge demand for microfinance in the country. There is an unmet demand, and presently they may be depending on different sources, which is not helping in real sense. So Nabfins and microfinance sector as a whole, there is a huge opportunity lying there. I think with the changes we are going to make with our already established governance norms in place, we will be a major model player which is envisioned by NABARD to make it a model MFI. In a small way, we are joining hands with NABARD's mission and vision statements so that we can touch the rural livelihoods and make their life really bring changes in their life in a positive way, bringing positive impacts. To capture our journey, we have brought out a small corporate video which will be showcasing the efforts made by Nabfins in the last 15 years or so, and which actually show the positive impact of our interventions. I'll not reveal the whole thing because suspense will go otherwise. So you will definitely go through it and see our efforts from the words of the borrowers, our partners in the field. So that will give the right message, I think. I once again thank you all for joining for this celebration. And before I conclude, I congratulate each and every one of you who are joining virtually or physically here on the occasion of Nabfins 15th Foundation Day. And we will make together great strides in the coming days. I am very much confident of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Your words are sure to inspire us in the journey forward.
Nabfins, during its 14 years, have achieved many milestones.
An MFI with a difference, not only attributable to its unique and distinct approach of serving the unreached and the underserved, but also embracing the philosophy of balancing business with inclusion. Nabfins adopts the highest standards of transparency and upholds the needs of the customers at the core of our operations.
We take this golden moment to release a short corporate documentary showcasing this journey, reflecting our dedication and commitment towards our mission and vision.
As already shared by our MD sir, we have also made an honest attempt to capture the feedbacks of our borrowers, which we value to the core and which is instrumental in our journey ahead.
So we will be presenting. I would request our honorable guest to please take seat low so that we can project the documentary. Yeah, thank you, sir.
lies in the rural hinterlands. India's rural economy constitutes nearly half of the nation's income. Rural women, low-income households, marginalized communities, and the small businesses often remains unserved or are inadequately financed. Most formal financial institutions view them as high risk and high cost, as the transactions are often small and the clients are in hard-to-reach locations. NABARD, India's apex development finance institution, with a mandate to meet the demand for microcredit in rural and agriculture sector, established Karnataka Agri Development Finance Company Limited on 25th of February 1997. KADFC was converted into NABARD Financial Services Limited on 18th November 2008. As NBFC to offer a range of financial products and services to needy and disadvantaged sections of the society in rural, semi-urban and urban areas. On 10th of February 2015, it got recognition as NBFC MFI. NABARD Financial Services Limited was rechristened as Nabfins Limited on 27th August 2019. Nabfins is a subsidiary of National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, NABARD, with equity participation from NABARD, Government of Karnataka, Canara Bank, Union Bank of India, Bank of Baroda, Dhanalakshmi Bank and Federal Bank. Nabfins operates predominantly in rural areas where the presence of formal banks is low or non-existent. Even if banks exist, the willingness to support the marginalized without collateral is not adequate. The main objective of Nabfins is to ensure that the various maladies found in the NBFC MFI sector are sought to be eliminated by establishing a fair and transparent microfinance institution.
Nabfins is playing its role very effectively. We have brought in many products catering to the requirements of the women. We have touched the lives of more than 1.8 million rural households and thereby making them to part of the 5 trillion economy by creating livelihood opportunities.
Nabfins is regarded as an MFI with a difference, as it makes the credit and other services available at the doorstep of last mile at the most affordable price in a fair and transparent manner. Embracing its mission to be trusted, client-centric financial institution, Nabfins envisage a society where the poor, marginalized and underprivileged have equal opportunity for their growth and prosperity. Headquartered at Bengaluru, Nabfins has made significant strides in expanding their outreach to 19 states across the length and breadth of India, empowering several women and low-income households over the years. Nabfins' corporate philosophy of balancing business with inclusion is at the core of its business operation. Nabfins tailors its financial products and services to meet the specific needs of low-income households, especially its women clients.
Nabfins, apart from giving microfinance credit at the cheapest possible rate, is also concentrating on making it credit plus, namely the credit which is financed by Nabfins shall be accompanied by an insurance package, by a health package. Nabfins is also trying to assist the beneficiaries in improving the marketing linkages.
Nabfins commenced its operations following a low-cost model capitalizing on the strength of community-based organizations functioning as business and development correspondents. Nabfins' BNDC model is a collaborative approach with collective efforts to empower the communities at the grassroots level to amplify the impact.
லோன் கொடுத்தாங்க எனக்கு அதை எடுத்து நான் கட்டிகிட்டு இருக்கிறேன். நான் வியாபாரம் பண்ணுறேன். கட்டிக்கிட்டு அதை இதிலே தான் எடுக்கிறேன், இதிலே தான் கட்டுறேன். நான் வேறு இடத்துல எடுக்கல ಲೋನು, ನ್ಯಾಪಿನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ಟறோம்.
ನ್ಯಾಪಿನ್ ಸಂಘದಿಂದ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಹಾಯ. ಅವರೇ ತಂದು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಮತ್ತೇನೋ ಅವರೇ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ತುಂಬಾ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಇದಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೌಲಭ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರೇ ಬಂದು ತಗೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ.
Nabfins gradually adopted the direct lending model by creating a broader financial inclusion ecosystem. to ensure the low-income segment's credit requirements where feasibility of institutional partnerships is limited.
मैं नेबीफिन्स माइक्रो फाइनेंस से लोन ली थी 40,000 का, जिसमें मैं बिजनेस शुरू की थी। मेरा बिजनेस अच्छा चल रहा है।
जुट कर हम 40,000 लोन लिए हैं। उसके बाद हम मखाना का खेती किए, हमको मखाना सुनती हुआ बढ़िया से चलाते हैं।
असं ह्या काजूसाठी नाव दिलंय आणि ते आम्ही नेहमीच करणार आहे। त्यासाठी नॅपकिन्स बँक यांचं आम्हाला कर्ज स्वरूपात सहकार्य मिळालं आहे आणि ह्या पुढे पण त्यांनी आम्हाला कर्ज स्वरूपात चांगल्या प्रकारे सहकार्य करावं।
नाफिस फाइनान्स कंपनीरू 30,000 टंका लोन आଣିକି ମୁଁ धूपकाठी मशीनरी घरे पकईली सेइथिरु परिश्रम करी भल रोजगार करी।
माझा व्यवसाय आहे व्हेज जेवण व्यवस्थित, नॉन व्हेज वेज, बोटिंग आहे, बोटिंगने फिरवतो, सर्व्हिस व्यवस्थित चालू असते।
Small businesses in rural or semi-urban towns need financing sources to help them maintain operations, invest in technologies and grow businesses. Nabfins, with an objective to support such small businesses and micro-enterprises, introduced new product to support individual traders, small business and micro-enterprises. In addition to this, company also realized that the second-level institutions remained dormant for want of technical support and access to financial resources. Nabfins has helped the SLI at the grassroots level, such as producers collectives, federations and institutions. Nabfins has helped the unbankable, unserved and underserved rural poor households by offering microcredit at their doorsteps. It has financed need-based credit to numerous joint liability group JLGs, promoting economic enhancement and entrepreneurship.
मेरा डेगाना में 2-3 फाइनेंस से लोन चल रहा था, तो उसमें मतलब फाइल चार्ज और ब्याज महंगा था। नेफिन कंपनी के बारे में सुना, जैसे फाइल चार्ज, बीमा और ब्याज कम लग रहा था, तो हमने 5-6 मेंबरों का ग्रुप बनाया और वहाँ से हमने लोन लिया।
नेफिन फाइनेंस सारी છે અને 2-3 દિવસમાં લોનની પણ મળી જાય છે અને અમે એનાથી ધંધો પણ વધારે છે। અમારા ગ્રુપમાં બધાને એવી સારી રીતે મદદ પણ થઈ છે અને સાહેબ પણ ઘરે બેઠા જ હપ્તો એવું લઈ જાય છે।
Continuous and consistent supply of credit to self-help groups SHGs from Nabfins has not only improved the economic status of women but also enhanced their social standing and decision-making power within households. Self-help groups not only provide a platform for women to collectively save, borrow and support each other in various socio-economic activities, but these groups also foster a sense of community and solidarity, becoming platforms for shared dreams and collective growth.
నాపిన్స్లో అంటే మాకు అన్నిటికీ సౌకర్యం బాగుంది। మేము అడిగే కొందికి ఇస్తారు లోన్, వెంటనే అయిన వెంటనే మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ నెలలో అడిగినా మాకు లోన్ ఇస్తారు। దాని నుండి మాకు చాలా సౌకర్యంగా ఉంది, ఇంప్రూవ్ చేసుకునేదానికి మాకు అవకాశం ఉంది। ఆ బ్యాంకు మాకు చాలా హెల్ప్ చేసింది సార్। మేము 4 మందికి చెప్పుకునే కూడా అవుతుంది, ల్యాపిన్స్కే పోండి, అక్కడే తీసుకోండి, అక్కడే బాగుంది అని కూడా మేము ఎక్కువ మందికి రికమెండ్ చేసి కూడా పంపిస్తూ ఉంటాం సార్ ఆ బ్యాంకుకి।
அதுக்கு நடுவில் நாஃபின்ஸ் பற்றி கேள்விப்பட்டோம், அதனால அவங்கள அணுகணும்। அவங்க எங்களை வீடு தேடி வந்து கைட் பண்ணி 1 வீக்லேயே எங்களுக்கு வந்து லோன் ப்ராசஸ் பண்ணி எங்களுக்கு கொடுத்தாங்க। அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் நாங்கள் மிஷின்லாம் வாங்கி இந்த நாப்கின் பண்ணுற இதை பண்ணணும்। எங்களுக்கு வந்து மகளிர் திட்டமும் சுகாதாரத்துறையும் இணைஞ்சு நாங்கள் கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு இந்த பேட் செஞ்சு சப்ளை பண்ணுறோம்।
Nabfins has also implemented unique interventions in collaboration with various stakeholders like government, multilateral organizations, social business ventures including post-tsunami sustainable livelihood program, skill loans, lending to elderly women and presence in Northeast.
நாபிஸ் நாங்களும் ஒரே குடும்பம், அவங்களுக்கு நாங்கள் எங்களுக்கு அவங்க, எந்த நேரமாக இருந்தாலும் நாங்கள் எந்த நேரம் அவங்க கூப்பிட்டாலும் நாங்களும் போய் எங்களுக்கு வந்து உதவி செய்யணும்। அவங்க நாங்கள் கேட்குறது என்ன, எங்களுக்கு வேண்டியது லோன், அவங்க வந்து எங்களுக்கு கூட ரொம்ப க்ளோஸாக இருக்கிறாங்க। எங்கள் க்ளோஸ்க்கு அவ்வளோதும் நாபிஸ்ன்னு தெரியாது, நாங்கள் உறுப்பினர் குழு உறுப்பினர் தெரியாது, அவங்களுக்கும் நாங்களும் வந்தோம்னா ரொம்ப க்ளோஸாக நல்லா இருக்கும் எங்களுக்கு।
At Nabfins, we believe in the strength of women. They are leaders, entrepreneurs and change makers. In a unique initiative, Nabfins has established an exclusive women branches wherein the entire operations of the branch are driven by women employees. Through small loans, Nabfins is igniting a transformation, breathing life into aspirations and fueling ambitions. The success stories echo far and wide. From sewing machines, starting small businesses, selling handicrafts to rearing cattle or farming, our borrowers embark on entrepreneurial journeys. Microfinance is the wind beneath their wings as they shape their destinies. Beyond business, Nabfins has also taken up community development initiatives, contributing to the overall well-being of the communities it serves. As a responsible citizen, Nabfin has implemented many CSR activities with focused interventions in the areas of health, hygiene, sanitation, portable drinking facilities, education and skill development. Nabfins continues to be the driving force behind the transformation of millions of lives across rural India. With continued innovation and responsible lending practices, Nabfins microfinance operations are transforming the lives of countless rural women, igniting hope and paving the way for inclusive growth and a brighter future.
Technology-driven growth is the mantra for Nabfins in the coming years. We want to enhance the experience, customers' experience in terms of products, in terms of our onboarding experience, in terms of paperwork by going for state-of-the-art technology.
As the journey continues, our mission thrives, our vision remains steadfast, and so does the transformation.
And that's our story, an ensuing saga that continues to support the rural masses to weave their dreams, to give wings to their aspirations.
On this occasion, we fondly remember the efforts that have went into this launch.
We would like to acknowledge and express our sincere thanks for the efforts of the entire team, right from the inception of the faintest idea of documenting our journey of 14 years to this final launch today.
My special thanks to our regional managers and our branch teams for their support and coordination. Without their support, it would not have been possible to brought out this beautiful documentary.
Let's once again give a big round of applause to the off-screen efforts that made this launch a reality. We humbly request the dignitaries to kindly join us on the dais.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Let him come. Because it is only
Sure. I'm quite sure that the dignitaries on stage need no formal introductions, as they are as significant a part of Nabfins as each one of us gathered over here today for the 15th Foundation Day.
We are indeed privileged to have Shri T. Ramesh sir, Nominee Director of Nabfins and Chief General Manager of NABARD Karnataka Regional Office, here with us today to grace us on this wonderful occasion.
We cordially invite Shri T. Ramesh to share a few words with us on this occasion.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. First of all, my hearty congratulations to entire Nabfins family for a successful journey of 15 years dedicated to the unreached people in the country. And I am sure with the dedication, the same amount of devotion and dedication, you will be able to serve many more clients in the years to come. So with this, I would just so respected Padma Shri Aloysius Fernandez sir, Chairman of Nabfins, Shri Ranganath ji, my colleague and friend Dr. Divakar Hegde, MD of Nabfins, other board of directors who are participating in this program online, and all the colleagues and staff of Nabfins. In fact, it's a day of privilege, I will say. It's a day of privilege and pleasure that I'm associating with the 15th Foundation Day celebrations of Nabfins. Once again, my hearty congratulations to each one of you for this momentous occasion. And as already indicated by Mr. Divakar Hegde, NABARD, you know, is solidly behind Nabfins. Though we are an All India financial institution set up under the Act of the Parliament with a vision to foster rural development, being an apex development bank of the country, but realizing the need for reaching the small households, rural women who are yet to be reached by the banking system, NABARD promoted this organization way back in November 2009, and I am happy to see, in fact I was very much thrilled to see the reflections what the clients have given about, the perceptions what the clients have talked about Nabfins in the last 15 years of your journey. I am really happy to see their reflections. In fact, it has been a wonderful journey. I would say it has been a wonderful journey for Nabfins in the last 15 years. What was started with a small idea of reaching few thousands of SHG women in Karnataka or Tamil Nadu or one or two more states. Today we have spread to far and breadth of the country, reaching to more than, I think cumulatively around 8 lakh clients, is something we should be proud of. In fact, if you look at the size, I think our MD was clearly giving a head. If you look at the size of the microfinance in the country, just 2 days back a report had come. Something around 3,98,000 crore is the size of the NBFC and MFI. Roughly around 40% contributes for the MFI sector. So that makes it roughly around 1,40,000 to 1,50,000 as of today. When we look at this size of the MFI sector in the country, and when we look at our operations, we are somewhere around 2,500 crores. As NABARD or as a nominee director of NABARD, probably I have a vision that why not we aim for something bigger. See, yes, we have brought out Parivartan document in Nabfins, and definitely the present management headed by our respected chairman sir and MD are taking all steps to see that we are in tune with this, we are reaching the milestones in tune with this Parivartan document. But I would like to go beyond this Parivartan document. Can we think of something, a broad, even a bigger canvas of, let us say 1,40,000 is today's size. Maybe in the short run, can we aim at 5% of it? It makes a business of around 5,000 crore. And let us say in the medium term or in the long term, maybe 10% of it, because maybe in the 3 to 4 years time, what is 1,40,000 today may grow to 2,00,000 crores. So can we look at 20 or 25,000 crore business? Because with this MFI with a difference, with client-centric approach, with affordability being the core strength of this organization, and in fact which I think each one of the beneficiary have clearly brought out in their speeches when they made. I think this is definitely possible. It is definitely possible. Only thing is, as you said, the MD has clearly indicated that yes, we do have challenges of technology presently, but I was happy to hear the words of Mr. Hegde that in the next 2 quarters, they'll be able to address these challenges and they'll be able to take off. And I'm sure once that happens, sky is the limit for Nabfins, and I'm sure each one of you will contribute for that in the years to come. Having said this, I would also like to say, any NBFC, we have been seeing so many NBFCs knocking the doors of NABARD for refinance, because any NBFC or MFI, the main concern what they have is how to manage the liability side, because the asset side is very easy, because you have so many people whom to be served. You have so many people knocking at your door. So you just offer money, they are ready to take. But it's a liability side which is more important, how to manage this money. Yes, capital, yes, it is only a limited source we have. Yes, we have PI investors, but you will not be able to take PI investors on such a large scale given the regulations which we have. So definitely these institutions will have to approach the banks or maybe developmental institutions like NABARD and SIDBI. And this is where I think I would like to assure the Nabfins sir, as NABARD, we are solidly behind Nabfins in managing the liability side of your balance sheet. And in fact, recently also, we have given a clear message that whatever be your quantum of funds, NABARD is ready to meet. In fact, we have already planned to give 2,500 crores to Nabfins, and I think this is not just a limitation. If the Nabfins is able to cross this, we are ready to allocate more funds to Nabfins. I am sure with this assurance, the Nabfins will be able to move even with greater efforts in some of the areas which need your support. Having said this, I would also like to take this occasion to give you a call. NABARD has been promoting a lot of developmental interventions in the rural areas. And I've also seen that Nabfins have stepped in and supported the beneficiaries of this program, whether it is MEDP, whether it is LEDP, or even some of the programs, what I was just watching in the video, they are all the beneficiaries of many of the programs like watershed, tribal development. I would request Nabfins to continue doing it, not only in select areas, but wide across the country, so that there is a synergy of intent and also actions between NABARD and Nabfins. So with this, I'm sure, with this call, I'm sure with all the dedication and the devotion you have, you will be able to reach much greater heights in the years to come. And I would be the first person to see a balance sheet of 25,000 crore on your balance sheet, maybe down the lane in another 5 to 10 years. Thank you, sir. Once again, I wish all of you a very happy Foundation Day.
Thank you so much, sir. We would like to take this opportunity to thank NABARD for all the handholding and support that we receive continuous basis.
And we assure, sir, from the entire Nabfins team, with more dedication and commitments, we will be meeting and surpassing the expectations of our parent organization. So today, as we celebrate the 15th Foundation Day of Nabfins,
it's a matter of immense pride for each one of us that our resolve to our vision statement to become the model MFI in the country remains ever more strong and rooted as we balance our business aspirations with our commitment for inclusion.
As we thus today, we have our founding chairman, Padma Shri Aloysius Prakash Fernandez Saab, our very first chairman who has graced us in our this moment of happiness and pride.
I call upon Padma Shri A.P. Fernandez to address the Nabfins gathering on the occasion of our 15th Foundation Day.
Sir, welcome, please.
Hello, everybody. I have not written my speech, so I'm just going to talk whatever I feel. I welcome to the 25 or 6 regional managers. So the power of Nabfins is here, isn't it? All of you are here. Very nice to meet you. I don't think I've met you previously. I welcome the board members, some of whom are on listening to us over Zoom. And of course, our present chairman, Mr. Ranganath, Mr. Hegde, and Ramesh. Today is Foundation Day. So we have to speak about the foundation. Am I right? Foundation of this whole business of microfinance, and the foundation of good old Nabfins. So I start with the foundation of people. Say, these are the strengths of Nabfins. Build on one of my philosophy statements of my own philosophy is, do not build on people's weaknesses. Build on people's strengths. If you build on people's weaknesses, they will always be dependent on you. If you build on people's strengths, they will stand on their own. That is self-help group, started with that concept in 1985. And Nabfins has built on its strengths. You have NABARD behind you. Just now you heard Ramesh telling you that they are 100% behind you. What more do you want? And they have been 100% behind me also. So Ramesh, of course, and you say, I don't know, he looks young. And I always call him the young Ramesh. Say he's the same age as good old Hegde. Your fellows in Nabfins are harassing Mr. Hegde. He's looking a little older to say. But he's also looking very fulfilled. I was so happy to talk to him today. He feels a sense of achievement, and it's tremendous achievement what I'm seeing today. Congratulations, Hegde. Very, very, very good done. Now, and of course, the chairman sitting in between. He has been a long-standing strength of Nabfins. If you look at this booklet here, it says contributions to the equity of Nabfins. Karnataka government 18%. Note there 18%. Who has given that 18%? You know. S.V. Ranganath, when he was chief secretary. And I asked him for 30 crores. So he gave us 30 crores. I was chairman of that time. And he said, but you must keep your interest rate low. So I said, yes, sir, we'll keep it low. Now, he has been a pillar of strength not only to Nabfins, but to the microfinance sector. You may not know, when we had this big problem with Andhra Pradesh, you are all aware of that. And the government of Andhra Pradesh cracked down, I thought, a little too much. You throw the baby out with the bathwater. And the whole situation in Andhra Pradesh had a bad time. Ranganath was the chief secretary. And he was, of course, also, when your neighboring state is doing, you also have to do something like that, crack down on these blessed microfinance. And many of the Andhra fellows were working in Karnataka. But in his good sense, he said, no, I will let them, the MFIs, microfinance institutions, manage themselves. That was one of the best decisions why Karnataka microfinance sector is steady. It is, if you look at it over the last 25 years, there is no period where I call steroid growth like Andhra Pradesh. Steady growth. It has never gone down, never gone up. And that is how it should be. And you should thank Ranganath for that he kept his head. And that was the founding of ACME. Hegde, you're here. Nice to see you. Because we said we will start our own organization to manage our own affairs. If there's a problem, we will go and sort it. If we can't sort it, then we will ask the government of Karnataka. That is, he understood partnership. That's a great thing. And I recognize him for that. You can't work individually. Even government can't work individually. You have to work in partnership. So thank you for being here. So these are something else. Okay, I must also make my claim. I'm very happy to say balancing business with inclusion. This is mine. But there is a philosophy behind it which I want to tell you now. When you balance something, your life, you are uncertain. And you're searching, you're learning. That should be the culture of Nabfins, of any organization. Very often, the government cannot balance, politicians can balance. Government has to do. Balancing keeps you in a state of uncertainty. It will come like this. The most dangerous people in life are those who are certain. I'm sorry to say so. They are people who are certain they cause problems in life, whether politics, ideology, or what. It is good to be balanced. And that is the philosophy behind this. And I hope you keep balanced, you keep uncertain, you keep looking, you keep learning. The other thing I must say is, this is something you don't know, and it was not published because I got cancer and left. I was determined to keep the headquarters of Nabfins in Bangalore. Because, we tend to start in some state and move to Bombay, whether it is SIDBI subsidiaries or So how do you keep, I said, we will buy a property in Bangalore. Now, nobody knows I did this because I'm saying this today. The reason why you have property in Bangalore, because I said we will want to stay in Bangalore. And I got NABARD's permission. NABARD said, go ahead. But I was not too well, and I asked the staff to please find places. And unusual, they came to me and said, sir, we got 39 people. 39 people. I said 39, and said it will take 1 year for us to look at 39. So I called them here. I said, you phone all these 39 fellows. Ask them, are they willing to give without black money? Simple question. Why NABARD was stuck with getting a property for years was because they had to get money which was clean. So I said, you phone these 39 today. Ask them whether they are prepared to give white money. By the end of the evening, I found only 2 fellows were willing. So within 1 day, I brought it down to 37. And I visited the 2 and selected the property. Then, of course, I fell ill, so I was not there for the inauguration and all the rest of it. I'm telling you this because it's good to know some history. And that is why you are in Bangalore today. I may be wrong of doing it, but I was determined to do it. Okay, having said all that, those are the foundation issues. We'll talk about the microcredit, a little bit of the foundation. Today we are talking about microcredit. It's nothing new. In 1950 we spoke about small loans, much before I came on the scene or any of you came on the scene. Small loans to agriculture, small loans. We didn't call it micro, we called it small. What is the difference? Today I say, why call it loan? Call it sala. It will be more meaningful. So loan, when I ask people, loan sigata, did you take loan? They say, yes sir, we took loan. Did you sala sigata? Illa sir, I have not taken sala. Then say, how? Because then you understand, loan means you need not return. Sala means you always return. So we have to change this. In Tamil there is a kai kadan. Kai kadan ettengla illa sir, nan loan ette. ಕಾಯಿ ಕಟ್ಟನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾಳನ್ನ ತಿರುಗಿ ಬರಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ನಾವು ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದೆನ್ ಮೆನಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ IRDP. So you should know these foundation things because today we don't study history, we study technology. It's fine, I have nothing but study history also. IRDP was running, it was the biggest program. NABARD was very involved, subsidy plus. But there were problems which they were not happy. Basically subsidy and secondly recovery, to put it very shortly. But there was a good thing about IRDP which we have forgotten. What is that, you know? That it was not only finance, it was assets. Today we are only giving finance. IRDP gave assets also. So let us not forget the good things there. The asset plus finance. And we have to learn a bit from IRDP also. I was the one that attacked IRDP and NABARD backed me very strongly. But I still remember I fighting in NABARD. I told them, you are giving women, how many sheep? 20 plus 1 sheep. You remember? If you, the older people will recall. Why have you given 20 plus 1 sheep? Because some officer sitting on the 10th floor has calculated, itna bacha aega, itna loan they have taken, they will be able to return loan. So they worked, it has to be 20 plus 1. Now what happens to this woman? There's a concept called opportunity cost. If you give 20 plus 1, she can't do anything else. She has to look after the sheep. But she was doing some work to live, no? Now she has to look after the sheep full time. How will she live? So practical woman, she will sell 2 sheep. There goes your calculation. These were the examples I used to give to NABARD to knock out IRDP. And say they also used to loan for cows. You give a loan for a cow and say every month you have to return 300 rupees. Have you ever milked a cow? I have not, but I have lived in a house with milked a cow. Cow does not give the same quantity of milk throughout the year. How are you going to give the same repayment throughout the year? Men have not realized it, but the women who milk, they are the ones that realized. There were so many of these things. So, IRDP to change. And then we had started something called credit management groups, which P.R. Naik, who was our chief secretary here, not chief secretary, he was the additional chief secretary, became chairman NABARD. So he says, sir, I said, you have started something, why don't you look at it? And this was in 84. So anyhow, that was the beginning of the whole, he gave us a loan in 86, gave Myrada a loan to match the saving of the group and to train the group. And then for 3 years, NABARD studied, restudied, worked, did a lot of work. But one big problem with NABARD is it never recorded anything. Never recorded. So many meetings we had with in Canara Bank. Because that time NABARD had no office, that small office. So we used to meet in Canara Bank, the office. Chairman used to come, NABARD used to come. But they have never recorded anything. You know who has the records? I kept them. I don't have the records of those meetings, but the rest of it. And I wrote a paper recently where the founding fathers of that, so because self-help group was part of this whole movement, should know all what happened between, has anybody read anything of what happened between 87 and 92? Everybody knows 92 SAG Bank linkage program started. Do you know anything between 87 and 92? Not one person here will do. I have written a paper, read it, RMS 73. Where will you see how the people in NABARD did things which nobody else has done. P.R. Naik, of course, he's the one who asked me to change the name from credit management groups to self-help group. Then Kotaya, his chairman of NABARD. Then I remember Nanda, chairman, and then also there. And these were people who were involved in the first 3. Then came Bakshi and Thorat and all the rest of it. But the 3 people. And I must still remember, I'm still in touch with a man called Vadwa. Do you remember Vadwa? And there were, of course, people in Bombay called like Kalia and all, who did the first study of, you told SHPI. You know where the first SHPI started? Does anybody know? In Mysore, with Kaveri Gramin Bank. And Kalia and Agarwal from Nabad came. And that is where it started. And Mairada gave the Kaveri Gramin Bank officers motorcycles so that they could go and visit the self-help groups. They had no motorcycles. This is the last mile that you have to do. And later Kalia did the study, which then in 96, which integrated the whole thing. But Vadwa was the CGM here in those critical years. And I give him full credit for persuading the banks to directly give a loan to the self-help group. He was the one that pushed it. I'm still in touch with him. Vadwa. He would go to the meetings, organize meetings, because there were two issues. To give one loan, bulk loan to the group, our records are showing individual loans. You are now saying to give bulk loan. It was Vadwa who did. And since the banks were reluctant, you know what Vadwa said? He said, you lend and I will guarantee you my provident fund and my gratuity. That is the level. That is the level. So, these things you must know. How you stand today in microcredit. And that is the history of the whole NABARD support. How it worked. All these people in Bombay and all this. Then 1992, of course, and RBI, a man who I thought, I had tremendous respect for, Dr. Rangarajan. Because one thing was holding the whole thing up. Banks said, sir, how can we give loan to the group because the group is not registered? And we had a big meeting with the law department. So then I intervened and said, sir, there is something called Association of Persons. All the clubs in Bombay are not registered. They are Association of Persons. Why can't you make a self-help group? I recognize it as an Association of Persons. And Rangarajan said, yes. So that is how this bank started. So these were the foundational people. When you talk about foundation, you have to remember all these people who really contributed to what you are doing today. So then when self-help group went on and all the rest of it, then the whole NBF's Sangamitra, Sunil Jetli is sitting here. How did Sangamitra start? You know, it never started like Nabfins, which I was also involved in starting. It did not start as an individual, as an organization to lend directly. No, it did not. It started as part of the SAG Bank linkage program. It operated only in places where there were no banks or the people found it too far to go. It's in our project, Mairada had projects in Talavadi, here, there, elsewhere. Either the banks didn't exist or unfortunately they were all punishment postings. You know, the remote areas are all punishment postings. And you don't expect such officers to do innovative programs. So Sangamitra was started to fill those gaps. And our policy was if the bank comes in, we will withdraw. And Sangamitra withdrew from Kanakapura, from Holalkere, Chalekere, when good bankers went in and took up directly funding. That is how Sangamitra started. So there is a history behind all this. Now Nabfins came into the picture, which after many avatars before that, I will not go into that history. But when it started, it was something that was started. Why? To lead, to be a leader in the microfinance scenario. And to my mind, leadership comes in interest rate and what your chairman said, plus. And to be concerned about the client. RBI itself has said, you don't only talk about financial inclusion, talk about client protection. These are important points for me. So Nabfins was founded to lead the microfinance sector. And today I'm happy to say that they are the lowest interest rate in the whole sector. Congratulations. At 19.98%, they are the lowest. Now, I'm not saying it's a great thing to be lowest. The issue is you have made a point that you can lower prices. Nobody else is lowering, they're only increasing. So the issue is not that you're 19.8, but that you have taken a decision to lower it. How the chairman has succeeded in doing this, I don't know. But I congratulate him for doing it. And I also would congratulate NABARD for backing it. Because I know there is somebody sitting in NABARD in Bombay who says, "Arey Baba, the investment to jada hona chahiye." I am aware of all that. And that is why it is important to have a good chairman who can stand up to Bombay. I'm sorry. Somebody has to stand up to Bombay. I stood up to Bombay. I first decided that there will be no permanent employees in my Nabfins. They will all be on short-term or long-term contract. But I said you will get all the benefits of long contract. You name them, I'll give it to you, plus incentive. But I will not give you permanent employment. NABARD inquiry team said, "Sir, we are government, you must give permanent employment." I said, "No." RBI permanent team said, "You must give permanent employment." I said, "No." CWA came and said, "You must also give permanent." I said, "No." If I was a NABARD staff, I would have said yes. I said, "No." Today, the government of India is following that policy. I don't call them contract staff. You are exploiting contract staff. I call them short-term staff with full employment. Whatever long-term staff are getting, they should get, plus incentive. And you should benefit. You're lucky because when you start an organization, you recruit a lot of people, many of whom you would not have recruited. I remember one young management graduate from whom I recruited in Nirma. I didn't recruit, Mohan recruited. We recruited a lot of graduates. A nice boy, but he said, "Sir, I can't get married." I said, "Why, young man, you can't get married? You're getting good salary." "Sir, I don't have permanent employment." That too, he was from Kerala, where I think people are the most entrepreneurial in Kerala. So I said, "Baba, permanent employment, we can't give you." So finally, he got a job in Coal India. He's got permanent employment. Now he's got married. And he sent me his wedding invitation. Very happy. God bless you. But so you need a chairman like that. And I'm very happy that you have one. You have to stand up against not only Bombay, you have to stand up also against the sector. Now, the sector wants to increase, you are decreasing. Apart from that, there are other things also. So, this is what Nabfins stands for. I'm very happy that it has achieved this. It's leading the way. And just words about the future. The future is not easy. With the RBI, now even our RBI has been very considerate. There is no two ways about it. Even now, our Sangamitra, we suddenly got a license for NBFC MFI, which was a miracle. Now, but the problem is with RBI, it has to make general. You take what has happened recently. Suddenly we find RBI has found out that Indians are becoming like Americans. Buy now, pay later. So credit card system has shot up by tremendously. Now that's all unsecured loan. Now unsecured loan is something which disturbs people, and the unsecured loans have jumped so high. So what has happened? They've increased the risk weightage has increased for all unsecured loans. That includes Nabfins. Nabfins, doesn't include you, but it will include, because you have got but it will include every other organization. Why does it include Nabfins? Because if the risk weight is increased, banks have a problem. Cost of credit will go, they have to set aside funds. They will raise the interest rates. Sangamitra will have to pay extra. And they will pass on the interest rate to the client. Now today I ask you, we have got a lot of cottage industries. Now, I call them cottage because they are in their home, most of them. Are you expecting me to lend to cottage industries at 20%, 21%? Which industry can make a profit at 20? And you are asking that, and the pressure of unsecured loans is there. So if you raise risk average, I will have to raise the interest rates down the line. So it's fine, you protect the bank. Of course, with the consumer boom, politicians and economists are very happy because consumer spending. Okay, so the country is booming, but bank will suffer. It's unsecured loan. And I wrote a paper years ago when I worked in the World Bank for a short while, where I showed that they used to say that subsidies are undermining marketing processes. Correct. But let me say, unsecured loans also undermine processes. If your loan is unsecured, there is high risk. So what do? You increase interest rate to cover the risk. That makes cottage industries non-viable. Simple economics, which I studied in my first class. So, since these are the problems that we are going to face. You may not face because NABARD may not increase your... in fact, I was looking at this, your growth is fantastic. Congratulations. Will be 2,500 crores and but chiefly due to direct lending, as you are telling me, which is correct. You have to go like that. But I was looking here, apart from that interest, Union Bank 5%, Bank of Baroda 3%. You know who gave this? I used to be a director of Corporation Bank. So when I started Nabfins, at least I was the first chairman. The chairman of Union Bank was Nair, who was from Corporation Bank. He was a youngster. Chairman of Bank of Baroda was Malaya, who was also from Corporation Bank. So I sent them a message. I said, Baba, I'm in this Nabfins. Can you give us some equity? That is how you got this equity from these two people. So we must thank them for that. So interesting. So these are the founding people who gave the money without asking questions. Karanganath and Union Bank, Nair, and these fellows. Canara Bank, of course, we knew. So the future is not going to be easy. I have suggested that Bangladesh has something called PBK or something where they have money to lend to microfinance institutions at a lower rate. We need something like that in India. Because the entire sector has now been privatized. See, we had RRBs and all were doing great work today. So the loans you are giving under SHG Bank linkage at 11%, today you are giving at 20%. What is happening in the great Bangladesh Grameen Bank, Nobody says this. They never started with savings. The self-help group in India started with savings. Although NABARD people themselves who are writing thesis don't know that. They are talking about compulsory savings. SAG 2, they wrote a note on compulsory savings. That is Bangladesh. NABARD started with what? Bangladesh. They never had savings till 1995. And I know because I went as a World Bank consultant to them. 1995, they started savings. So they tell everybody we are doing savings. But nobody asks, how are you doing the savings? In the self-help group, it's voluntary savings. You know what it is in Grameen Bank? It is compulsory saving. So when they give the loan, they deduct 2% or 3%. You know that? They deduct 2 or 3%. Now, as a result, by 2005, and this is makes me a little angry, the entire the portfolio of Grameen Bank, lending portfolio, was coming from the savings of the people. So, What are you talking? So the thing that the poor are pulling themselves up by the bootstraps is correct. They are not only pulling themselves up, they are pulling others also up. You look at the buildings of Grameen Bank in Dhaka, they are the biggest. And nobody is answering this. Now, I don't want the microfinance in India to go that way. That's not the way to go. Don't ask the poor. Their self-help is great, but let us be able to help them to come on their feet, not to pay for our faults. So I think the future is very dicey. We have to be careful. Sorry for being very long and cutting Rangarath's short. You can still speak. I'll listen to you. Don't worry. I'm always learning. But thank you very much for listening to me. I wish you all the best, and you're on a very good path. Business, balancing business and inclusion. Keep looking, balancing, asking questions, and learning. God bless you all.
Sir, thank you very much, sir, for the words of inspiration. In fact, it is always interesting to attend Fernandez Saab's class and learn the basics. And sir, as you rightly pointed out, all the stalwarts and the forefathers of the entire microfinance revolution has laid the foundation, and the roots are very strong. So we accept all the challenges, and we assure that we will evolve more stronger, more committed, more dedicated to serve the poor. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you once again for drawing us to the roots, sir. Today we are deeply honored to have with us Shri S.V. Ranganath, our chairman, who has been a constant source of encouragement, support and guidance throughout our journey.
And as an ex-IAS officer from the 1975 batch of Karnataka cadre, Shri S.V. Ranganath sir appointed as chairman and independent director of Nabfins from October 1st, 2021.
We invite our revered chairman, Shri S.V. Ranganath, to render the presidential address. Sir.
Respected Padma Shri, Shri Aloysius Fernandez, the first chairman of Nabfins, my esteemed colleagues on the board of Nabfins, Shri Ramesh and Dr. Hegde, members, esteemed members of the Nabfin board who are part of this program through video conferencing, members of the Nabfins family, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity of speaking on the occasion of the 15th Foundation Day. I suffer from two disadvantages. Number one, having to speak after such an inspiring presentation by Shri Aloysius Fernandez, whatever I say is going to fall flat. That is the first disadvantage. The second disadvantage, Shri Aloysius Fernandez made an observation. He said that I don't have a written speech and I shall speak impromptu, and that I'm glad he spoke impromptu because it was such a wonderful and such an inspiring speech which laid the, the path which is to be taken up by Nabfins probably for the next 10 years without looking back. But so far I am concerned, I did have something prepared, but I'll have to change it because that is a disadvantage of being the last speaker of any program. That is, whatever I am going to say is going to be a repetition of what my esteemed previous speakers have said. So having said that, these two disadvantages, we are indeed very, very fortunate that we have with us Sri Aloysius Fernandes. I have been associated, I know him personally, I have had the privilege of knowing him for more than 3 decades. It was way back in the 80s when I was working in the district of Gulbarga. They came forward through Mairada to take up the watershed development program through Swiss Development Corporation, which is how I got to know him, and subsequently I have been his fan follower ever since, because and he has reminded us of the contribution of a large number of people, especially the people heading NABARD, who are responsible for the setting up of Nabfins. Some of the names which Mr. Aloysius Fernandes said, for example, Mr. P.R. Naik, the then NABARD chairman, Mr. Bakshi, and so many others, I have had the privilege and good fortune of knowing them, talking to them, and understanding the philosophy. But he has reminded us that not only them, but a host of officers from the NABARD who have been responsible for setting up of Nabfins. And if Nabfins has achieved all this in the last 15 years, it is in no small measure because of the untiring and dedicated efforts of some of these people. I still remember Mr. Aloysius Fernandes when Nabfins was being set up, when he mentioned about how he got, equity from Bank of Baroda and Union Bank because of his linkage with Corporation Bank, etc. But I can tell you one thing. He has been modest enough to suppress one thing. He went around and contacted people for setting up Nabfins as if his life depended on it. And I'm one such person, I can testify that. The way he went about as if his life depended on it, because he knew that the need of the hour was setting up of a microfinance institution, and this was in the background of the hurly-burly of what was going on in the state of Andhra Pradesh. And we needed to set up something in the government sector which will prove to be a model institution for the country. And the way, in fact, he went about, etc., as if his life depended on it, I can only say this: whatever many of us who have had the good fortune of being associated with Nabfins and the microfinance microfinance movement, what we have done is absolutely nothing compared to what he has done. I don't think I am incorrect if I say that when you talk about microfinance, self-help groups, etc., the two tallest names in the country, I think, are Srimati Ilabat Behan and Sri Aloysius Fernandes. I have not specifically mentioned some of the other names in the private sector, and there are quite a few very dedicated people. But the reason why I did not mention that is because they set up their institution and they stood to gain from their own institution, whereas these people have set up institution for which there is no self-gain. And that is, I think, the fundamental partnership, with regard to Nabfins. Namely, Nabfins is about, it is not merely making credit available. It is making credit available with a difference. It is credit plus, and that it is a partnership. And how successful are we in building up this partnership to ensure that people are enabled to cross the poverty line? I'll not mention about the achievements of Nabfins for the last 15 years, and this is in spite of vicissitudes, ups and downs. There have been a lot of hurly-burly in the state of Andhra Pradesh, which has affected the microfinance movement and the NPA issues, the recovery issues. Then there have been subsequent issues in the country, not the least 2.5 years of COVID, 3 lockdowns. We have all survived. If in spite of all these, if today we have done well, I think it is something which we can be justifiably proud of. and it is because of the dedicated efforts of each and every member of the Nabfins family, and I think I should take this opportunity to really congratulate them for a wonderful, for a wonderful achievement. It is not merely that we have increased the, we have a loan size, a book is maybe around 2,500 crores, achieving 3,000 crores. We have made a profit of 90 odd crores. Our NPAs have come down, etc. These are all the visible achievements. I need not mention all this because the film itself gave you, it's a wonderfully made film we are privileged to see today, and it encapsulates in about 8 minutes what all NABARD has been able to achieve. To my mind, what Nabfins has been able to achieve in these 15 years, it has contributed to reduction of poverty. It has contributed to asset creation. It has contributed to women's empowerment. It has contributed to promoting financial inclusion. It has probably contributed to improving the standard of living for the beneficiary and increase of human resources productivity. These are all well documented. I shall not labor this point. The issue is, what are the challenges which we should look at for the next 10 years so that, as Mr. Ramesh and Dr. Hegde have said, next 5 years can we reach can our loan book approach about 10,000 crores or thereabouts? What is the transformation we need to do to bring about this success, to take up this journey successfully? And to my mind, there are several things which we need to do. Number one, focus on partnerships. In fact, all this we have been able to do so far because as Mr. Aloysius Fernandez said, we are probably among the lowest in the microfinance sector. Everybody is increasing their rate at which they are lending money. We have come down from 21.15% to 19.9%, for which I am deeply grateful for the support for NABARD and the support we have got from all our esteemed members of the board of directors of Nabfin, but for whose support it would not have been possible. So we have been able to achieve all this with the lowest rate of interest. But that in itself has got pitfalls, because what I have found personally is a person takes loan probably from 2-3 sources, and if your rate of interest is 19% and somebody is giving at 23%, he will take your money at 19% and return that 23% loan because he prefers to service that loan before. So you should not end up on the losing side. This is one problem. Number two, when we tried to reduce the lending rate, we came across some challenges. Number one, cost of funds. We are getting funds probably at about 8.5%, 8.75% thereabouts, thanks to the support from NABARD. We have got a cost of operations, which may probably be around 6.5%, 7%. And the cost of operations, yes, we should reduce the cost of operations, and not by decreasing the salaries of people. No, we require the best people in the industry to work with Nabfins. We require the most dedicated people, because this is not an ordinary job. You require to bring to the table passion and involvement, which is, for which unless and until people are wedded to their jobs, wedded to Nabfins, they will not be able to produce the goods. They will not be able to have the confidence of our partners, namely our borrowers. So we can reduce the cost of operations only with the use of technology, trying to see whether we can manage things more efficiently. So improving our technology, I think, is the need of the hour. At the same time, notwithstanding technology, we should also look at issues such as digital inclusion. can you ensure that the borrower does not have to deal with Nabfins in a bureaucratic way? There are no hassles. He doesn't need to make 5 trips to any government office. In fact, being a government officer myself, I must say the kind of problems which you come across in a government office, you will understand only if you have dealt with it yourself. Because there are some set of problems which are to be experienced, which cannot be explained. When I was working in the government, I went to an office where somebody had rejected some application. I said, why did you reject this application? You know, this is as per rules. I thought that I had stumped that person, but that person turned back and said, sir, very simple. You are required to submit the application in triplicate, and this is only single application. So this, because being a triplicate, it was rejected. I say this, etc., because that is the way government organizations function. We must guard against it. We must try to ensure that these grievances, redressal of grievances of our customers, because it is the customer who comes first. If the customer flourishes, we do well. We are nothing without the customer. And that is something I think we need to take care of. Today, if we have got, we are at a 2,500 crore level turnover. At 2,500 crore level turnover, possibly, you can monitor these things personally. It would not be possible if you are a 10,000 crore organization. You need to put in place systems, processes and procedures which are robust. You need to ensure that you have a culture where there is zero tolerance for malfeasance, zero tolerance for corruption, and zero tolerance for any kind of inefficiency which is to the detriment of the customer. That is something which we should look at seriously. So training the staff becomes extremely important. I think that is the second point which I would like to mention. The third point which I would like to mention in the future is, I have always said, I think that is what that's what I have learned. If so far as my microfinance, my involvement with microfinance is concerned, my guru is Mr. Aloysius Fernandez. And he had, when I took over as chairman Nabfins, he had said 3 things. He had said a couple of things. I have not mentioned these things in the Nabfins board because I have casually mentioned, and those things are already taken care of. So I have no grievance on that score. My first stipulation was we should only, we should have a focus on women. But the MD, Dr. Divakar Hegde, tells me we are 99% of our beneficiaries are women. So I have no, problem on that. Number 2, the issue was of loan size. If I were to borrow at 21% interest, I will not be able to do business and return the money. I am sure about that, how our beneficiaries. So reduction of the interest rate becomes important. We have taken the first step in this direction with the support of NABARD, our promoter, and the support of all the respected directors on the board of Nabfins, for which I am very grateful. But we need to do a couple of other things. Ticket size. Are you ensuring, you can give something 10,000 rupees, that person returns back that 10,000, your books are clear, everything is hunky-dory. But at the end of the day, we have to ask this question, is that person, he or she, out of the poverty line? So the ticket size of 1 lakh crore per person becomes very, very important. We have been keeping a tab on the ticket size. It is steadily increasing, etc. And I'm glad that Dr. Hegde and the senior management team of Nabfins is aware of this issue, that we need to increase the ticket size, because our end goal is they should be out of the poverty line. They should not deal with microfinance institutions. They should come to the regular banking sector. When they come to the banking sector, they are able to get loans at 11-12%. And they must be able to grow till they reach that stage. And Nabfins and microfinance, I believe, is an interim stage. In fact, Dr. Hegde was telling me that he had gone to a Sadhan conference in Delhi, where the former Deputy Chairman Planning Commission, Dr. Montek Singh Ahluwalia, also made this issue, that while microfinance institutions are contributing tremendously. They need to ensure that the borrowers grow in size, acquire financial muscle, and be part of the regular banking system so that they have access to lower rate of credit, they have access and they have access to other facilities which it brings along with it, and therefore they are not only nationally competitive but globally competitive. So this is the another thing which we should like to keep in mind. So when we talk about this credit plus, we are already giving insurance, and I'm glad we are giving insurance because that is what has enabled our borrowers to survive the traumatic COVID period of 2.5 years. Various studies have shown that one of the most important reasons for destitution is that people become destitute when there is a medical emergency in the family, and this insurance of our borrowers, I think, has been a great boon, particularly for this traumatic COVID era of 2.5 years and lockdowns, etc. We are also trying to give them some health cover, but what we need to do two other things. We need to give them some marketing support. Today we have had the opportunity of watching the beneficiaries, they're displaying their products. How can we ensure, how can we help them in marketing? Can we help them in online marketing? Can we help them to ensure that they are part of some big chain? They sell it to some, say, a retail group, say Reliance Retail, for example, so that they are automatically assured of the market. That will help them immensely. And access to technology, they are doing this by a certain process. Can they have access to technology which will make them more efficient? For example, you had this people who work with, make these bamboo products in the Northeast. They were introduced to a technology as a result of which their efficiency improved so much, the cost came down 40%, and it was a big boon. These technologies, for example, let us say you are financing people who are working in the leather sector. Is there some technology which the Central Leather Research Institute is able to bring about whereby the smallest of the small borrower cannot have access, but an institution such as Nabfins can tie up with some of these institutions. High quality academic and R&D institutions in the country like Indian Institute of Science and IIT Madras, etc., have been spending a lot of time and effort in bringing about rural technologies will bring about this transformation. Can we help our borrowers to access these technologies? Because as an institution we can approach them. They cannot approach these people individually. So this link up with this premier institution, I think, becomes extremely important. Number 4, I think what is important is this staff training, which I have talked about, training for our beneficiaries, because we are trying to, when we go for direct lending, we are in effect trying to ensure that we are lending to prospective entrepreneurs, and therefore do they have the wherewithal to be a successful entrepreneur. I mentioned this Root City model. The Root City, they give a 1-month intensive course training, both hard skills and soft skills. And the most important outcome of that training, I believe, is it increases the confidence of the people who are able to get this training. Communication skills, they can make a presentation, they can come up with a proposal which will, convince the bank manager to finance them, etc. And part of this success of the Root City scheme, according to me, is the linkage with Canara Bank, number 1, principally, and also to a lesser extent Syndicate Bank. Nabfins is fortunate to have NABARD as your chief promoter. How can we scale up our operations so that we maximize to the fullest extent this partnership with NABARD? See, NABARD has got so many schemes, we need not look beyond our shoulder whether we will get extra funds, etc. Mr. Ramesh has again reiterated today what Chairman NABARD had told me when we met a couple of months back, namely that NABARD is fully with us, and we feel very reassured, and thank you very much for that, Mr. Ramesh and the other senior members of NABARD. But we need to go beyond that. We need to ensure that we have these training facilities, because we want our borrowers to be entrepreneurs, to think like entrepreneurs, to have that marketing ability, to grow big. Our focus is, at the end of the day, they migrate from microfinance and they become part of the regular banking system, who are marketing their products and produce both nationally and internationally. And I wish that is a thing which we should look at. Probably that's the journey for Nabfins for the next 10 years. What is it we need to do to handhold our beneficiaries for the next 5-10 years to achieve this transformation, etc. Mr. Aloysius Fernandez talked about IRDP. I was associated with IRDP, and I have spent a lot of sleepless nights trying to implement a program and against overwhelming odds. One of the takeaways from what I have learnt about IRDP is, IRDP was successful in districts where there were marketing opportunities. For example, if you are funding for a milk cow in a district like Gulbarga, the Gulbarga dairy was collecting 200 liters of milk a day. There is absolutely no infrastructure, no chiller, no centralized facilities to help marketing. As a result of which, though there was no investment on animal health care also. Whereas today, if you see, particularly in southern Karnataka, each of these district unions are collecting 3 to 4 lakh liters a day. There is, now today, in fact, today they are starved of milk. There is so much of demand for milk. There is a chiller in every district, every village. There is a society. All this ensures that it is assured market, and therefore this assured marketing is something which we should really look at. I would like to once again congratulate the senior management team, Dr. Divakar Hegde, the senior management team, and the staff of Nabfins, because they are the real man of the match, because thanks to them we have been able to achieve all this. Thanks to them we have got this vision of doing something in the future. I can only wish you good luck and Godspeed in all your endeavors. I'll take this opportunity to acknowledge with gratitude our support to NABARD, our support to the various central government as well as the state governments, but for whose support we won't have been as successful. And I look forward to the prospect of working with all of you in the days to come to ensure that we make some of the the programs of the Government of India. The Government of India visualize many things: vocal for local, make in India. These are all national programs. At the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves, what is our contribution to these programs? And I'm sure we have a role to play, and we should play the legitimate role which is expected of us by the government and by our promoters, etc. I look forward to working with all of you, and once again I congratulate all of you on the 15th Nabfins Foundation Day, and wish you good luck and Godspeed in all your endeavors. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you, sir, for re-emphasizing our strengths and the privileged position we enjoy being a subsidiary of NABARD.
Before we embark on the events for the day, let's take a moment to appreciate the efforts of our field staffs, who are real heroes, contributing to the overall accomplishments of Nabfins.
Let's acknowledge the relentless service of our field staff, the foot-on-street crew, the unsung champions of the Nabfins Parivar.
We take this opportunity to facilitate the best performers under both BNDC and direct lending verticals. This time, indeed, we are happy to announce awards in 3 categories. the best performers among CSOs, branch heads, and RMs, who are the ground level connect between Nabfins and our borrowers.
We would definitely have to acknowledge that it was indeed tough to decide on the winners, as each and every staff of ours was a strong contender in the race. And their efforts was duly appreciated by the board as well as the management. Yet, as a recognition of the extraordinary efforts of our field staff, we have weighed their performance across 5 parameters, namely,
business achievements against the targets,
outstanding loan portfolio,
performance of the portfolio in terms of recovery and NPA position,
staff retention, and
audit scores. So these performances have been based on the achievements we have achieved till October 2023 in this financial year, and here we announce the winners of the awards.
starting with the DL vertical, the best customer service officer, we'll start from 3rd position onwards. The 3rd position is backed by Madhan Mohan R, CSO DL Polladam.
I would request Mr. Ramanujam, the regional manager, to receive the award on behalf of the CSO. Please give a round of applause, because this is something which should transform and should reach out to our field.
The 2nd position is backed by Chandan Kumar, CSO DL Darbarga. We call upon the RM Saroj Kumar to receive the award on behalf of the CSO.
And the first position for the CSO goes to Chitranjan Behra, CSO DL Chhatarpur. I would request Mr. Bhagirathi to come on stage and receive the award on behalf of the CSO.
The next category would be the best branch. Starting with the BNDC vertical, the 3rd position is backed by Kalakurchi branch. I request RM Satish Kumar to receive the prize on behalf of the branch.
The 2nd position goes to Thanjavur. I would request Mr. Kalidas, Regional Manager Thanjavur, to please come up on the stage. Please give them a round of applause, a huge round of applause. Mr. Kalidas receiving award for the branch, BC branch, Thanjavur, Tamil Nadu.
We are happy to announce that the 1st position is also backed by a branch under Kalidos. The 1st position is held by Tiruvallur branch. Yes.
Satish is the RM.
Sorry, there's a mistake. The branch is under Satish Kumar.
After BNDC, we'll go to direct lending vertical. And the first prize, or the 3rd prize, sorry, for branch goes to DL Darbhanga. I would request Mr. Saroj Kumar to come on the stage and receive the award on behalf of the branch.
The second position is backed by DL Belacheri, which is under RM Satish Kumar. I request Satish Kumar to come over the stage.
Saroj, 1 minute. And the first prize under DL category goes to DL Manaparai. And second position to DL Velacheri branch. Mr. Satish is here to receive the award on behalf of the gram. Please give them a huge round of applause. They should not stop, I think. This is all the efforts of our entire team in the field, which toils there day in and day out for this performance.
And the first position is backed by DL Manaparai under RM Kalidos. I request Kalidos to collect the prize. The next awards on stage is the most awaited one, I guess. It is the best RMs. We'll start with the BNDC vertical first. The third position is backed by Prabhakar Patil, Gulbarga region.
The second position is secured by Trichy region. I would request Kalidos to please come on the stage. So these are the awards under BC operations. I would request Mr. Kalidas to come and receive the award for the entire region, has performed very well.
Any guesses as to who is the top performer under BC vertical under the category of regional managers? It is none other than Satish Kumar R for Villupuram region.
Now moving on to the direct lending vertical. The third position under direct lending vertical is being backed by Kerala region. I would request Mr. Rajesh Krishnan to come on the stage and receive the award on behalf of the entire team.
The second position goes to Saroj Kumar for Motipur region.
And the first position under direct lending vertical goes to Purnia region. I would request Mr. Rajesh Kumar Singh to please come on the stage and receive the reward. Congratulations to entire teams who have performed very well during this financial year. And we hope the entire team will perform. So, other than this, we also have a very important task, right? Recoveries. Recoveries play a very critical element in MFI operations. With that said, we are happy to announce the high performers under the special NPA recovery campaign that reinforce the commitment of our field staff towards the recovery.
Extensive and unwavering efforts were made by the branch teams in reaching out to the NPA customers and motivating such borrowers to repay their obligations.
The campaign received a favorable response from all the borrowers and was indeed a great success.
So we'll start announcing the names. Under branches, the third position is backed by Namakkal branch. I request Ramanujam sir to collect the prize on behalf of the Namakkal branch.
The second position goes to Chitradurga branch. I would request Mr. Ishwarappa to come on the stage and receive the award on behalf of the branch. Please give them a huge round of applause.
The first position is backed by Chandragiri branch. I request Loganathan to come over the stage and collect the prize.
The second position goes to Manohar Hussain, NPA CH. Yeah. So the first position for the NPA recovery campaign under the branch is being secured by, again, Chandragiri branch. I would request.
Next category on stage would be Best CH. Yes.
Cluster heads.
So the third position is backed by.
The third position is backed by Mr. Likhil Zade. I would request Mr. Deshmukh to come on the stage and receive the award.
The second position is backed by Manohar Hussain. I request Bishwajit to collect the prize on behalf of the cluster head.
And the first prize under this NPA recovery campaign is backed by cluster led by Mr. N. Saravanan Kumar. I would request Mr. Ramanujam to come on the stage and receive the award.
The next category would be Best RM under NPA recovery campaign. The third position is backed again by T.S. Ramanujam. I request sir to collect the prize on behalf of the region.
And the second position is being secured by Mr. Loganathan M. I would request Mr. Loganathan to come on the stage and receive the reward.
The first prize under RM category is backed by Mr. Ishwarappa. I request Ishwarappa to come over the stage and collect the reward. Once again, let's put our hands together for the achievers who have made the entire Nabfins team proud.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations to the entire team who have secured the award and who are in the race for the next year. This day would not have been remarkable for us had it not been for the esteemed presence of our honorable guests. As a small token of our love and appreciation, I call upon our Managing Director, sir, Dr. Devagrar Headley, to facilitate the guest of honors.
First
Sir.
of all, I call upon Padma Shri A.P. Fernandez, sir, our founder chairman, to receive the token of our gratitude.
Next, I humbly request our Managing Director, sir, to facilitate our nominee director and CGM Karnataka NABARD, Shri T. Ramesh, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Hegde sir to felicitate our chairman, Shri S.V. Ranganath, by honoring him with a shawl and a memento. I take this opportunity to call upon our Chief Operating Officer, Shri Mohan Prasad sir, to come over to the stage to felicitate our own Honorable MD. As an expression of our utmost thanks and sincere gratitude to all those who have made this day ever more memorable, ever more eventful for us, I call upon Shri Spandan Joshi, Chief Technology Officer of Nabfins Limited, to extend the vote of thanks.
Respected Chief Fernandez sir, Chairman sir, CGM sir, MD sir, I thank all of you for taking time from your busy schedule and participating in this Foundation Day program of Nabfins. I also thank you for some things which, as Fernandez sir said, are relevant for a Foundation Day event, like telling us about the history, the small instances like how we got 18% stake from government of Karnataka, how Chairman sir shared how Fernandez sir was struggling, rather he fought as if he's fighting for his life for setting up the organization, and why the building was purchased. Those things I don't think I'll get in any book. I will only come to know only on such events. I also thank Ramesh for telling us that Nabfins will always have the unstinting support of NABARD as far as the liability side is concerned. I was recently going through some of the quarterly calls. Even much bigger MFIs have this concern. Where will we get the liability side from? MD sir, thank you for this wonderful event. I would also like to thank all our partners who have come here, our staff, NABARD for giving this venue, and thank you all for taking part in this first part of this program. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I humbly request everybody to stand up for the national anthem.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
The formal functions heralding the 15th Foundation Day of Nabfins has come to an end.
But wait, we have much more on store. Without further ado,
we are moving on to the cultural treat awaiting us, dance performances and songs that celebrate the spirit of togetherness.
Melodies that take us down the memory lane. Peppy beats that we can't resist but dance to.
The celebration is in air.
And what makes today's bouquet of cultural events ever more beautiful?
It's simply that we have performances breaking regional barriers and linguistic shackles.
Yes, a platter of enticing events that brings in the true spirit of being part of the Pan-India Nabfins family awaits us on stage.
Let's put our hands together to add a splash of color to this pleasant occasion. We are ready for the cultural programs to go.
A dance treat awaits us, which invokes the blessings of the Divine Almighty. Let's give it up for the very first performance on stage today.
I would request everyone to settle down, please. We are about to start the programs. Request everyone to settle down. Now we are ready to start the cultural programs.
So the very first performance on stage today is a dance treat to invoke the divine blessings of the Almighty.
Let's welcome Rashmi for the classical dance.
नमामि नमामि ईश्वरनाट्य पूजितम् नमामि नमामि शङ्करपादवन्दितम् ಗೆಜ್ಜೆಗಳ ನಾದ ತೋಂತನಂ ಪಾದಗಳ ಕುಣಿತಾಧೀರ್ತನಂ ಸಂಗೀತ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಆನಂದ ಆಲಾಪವೇ ತನಧಿರನ ಧಿರನ ತನಧೇ ರಾಗ ತಾಳ ನಾಟ್ಯಂ ನಟರಾಜ ಸುಂದರಂ ನಾದ ವೇದ ಕಾವ್ಯಂ ನಟರಾಜ
கவச்சம் शिवसम्भूत भुवि संजात ನಂಬಿದವಗಿಂಬು ಕೊಡುವವನೀತ ಸಾವಿರ ದೈವದ ಮನ ಸಂಪ್ರೀತ ಬೇಡುತ್ತ ನಿಂದೆವು ಆರಾಧಿಸುತ್ತ
Thank you, Rishmi. Here's a humble request from our side to each and every one of you.
Right outside the auditorium, there are 13 stalls portraying the unique products from across the 3 states of Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, and Maharashtra are on display.
Right from indigenous products like Kolhapuri footwear to savories like homemade chocolates. There's at least one product that each one of you will definitely like.
Please do take a moment to visit the stalls that have been set up outside the auditorium as a mark of the support to the entrepreneurs that we are financing.
The next on stage is a tribute to a legendary singer, a veteran artist whose voice cast a spell across generations, across languages.
Yes, you have guessed the name right. It is none other than the SP Balasubramaniam, our very own SPB.
As a humble tribute to SPB, Sangeeta and team is right on stage before you, bringing in a medley of songs which were made magical by his enchanting voice.
The team members include Sri Lakshmi, Madhu, Satish, Chetan, Malini, and Pooja Bai. We welcome the team on the stage for this group song.
Check, check. Check, check. Check, check.
ಲಾಂಛನವೇ ಕನ್ನಡ. ನುಡಿದು ಚಿಂತಿಸು ವಂದಿಸು ಪೂಜಿಸು ಪೂಜಿಸು. ಈ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಮರಿಬೇಡ ಓ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿ, ಓ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿ. ಈ ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಹೆಣ್ಣನ್ನು ಜರಿಬೇಡ ಓ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿ, ಓ ಅಭಿಮಾನಿ. ಈ ಭೂಮಿ ಬಣ್ಣದ ಬುಗುರಿ ಆ ಶಿವನೇ ಚಾಟಿ ಕಣೋ. ಈ ಬಾಳು ಸುಂದರ ನಗರಿ ನೀವಿದರ ಮೇಟಿ ಕಣೋ. ನಿಂತಾಗ ಬುಗುರಿಯ ಆಟ ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಒಂದೇ ಓಟ ಕಾಲ ಕ್ಷಣಿಕ ಕಣೋ. ಓ ತೇಲುವ ಈ ಮೋಡದ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀ ನಿಂತ ಹಾಗಿದೆ. ನಸು ನಗುತ್ತ ನಲಿ ನಲಿದು ನನ್ನ ಕೂಗಿದಂತಿದೆ. ಸೇರುವ ಬಾ ಆಗಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂದು ಹೇಳಿದಂತಿದೆ. ತನುವೆಲ್ಲ ಹಗುರಾಗಿ ತೇಲಾಡುವಂತಿದೆ, ಆಡುವಂತಿದೆ. ಚೆಲುವೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿರುವೆ ಮನವ ಕಾಡುವ ರೂಪತಿಯೇ. ಬಯಕೆಯ ಬಳ್ಳಿಯ ನಗುವ ಹೂವಾದ ಪ್ರೇಯಸಿಯೇ. ಬಯಕೆಯ ಬಳ್ಳಿಯ ನಗುವ ಹೂವಾದ ಪ್ರೇಯಸಿ. ನೀನು ಎಲ್ಲಿರುವೆ ಮನವ ಕಾಡುವ ರೂಪತಿಯೇ. ಯಾರೆ ನೀನು ರೋಜಾ ಹೂವೆ, ಯಾರೆ ನೀನು ಮಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೂವೆ. ಹೇಳೆವೋ ಚೆಲುವೆ ಚೆಲುವಿನ ಹೂವೆ. ಸೌಗಂಧ ಹೂವಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡಿಕೊಂಡಿತಂತೆ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ, ಹೆಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಿಕೊಂಡಿತಂತೆ ಸಂಗೀತ, ನನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡಿತಂತೆ ಹೇ ಹೇ ಹೇ. ಪ್ರೀತಿಯೆಂದರೇನು ಎಂದು ಈಗ ಅರಿತೆನು. ಸವಿ ನುಡಿ ಮಿಂಚು ಕೂಡ ನಾಚುವ ಮಿಂಚಿನ ಬಳ್ಳಿ ನೀನು
ಬಲೆ ಬಲೆ ಚಂದದ ಚಂದುಳಿ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ನೀನು ಮಿಂಚು ಕೂಡ ನಾಚುವ ಮಿಂಚಿನ ಬಳ್ಳಿ ನೀನು
ನಿನ್ನ ಚೆಂದ ಹೊಗಳಲು ಪದ ಪುಂಜ ಸಾಲದು
ನಿನ್ನ ಕಂಗಳ ಕಾಂತಿಗಳಿಂದಾನೆ ತಾನೇನೆ ಊರೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊಂಗೆಳಕು ನೀನು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಇಟ್ಟಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಕಾಲಡಿ ಹೂವಾಗಿ ಬರಬೇಕು ಓ ಶ್ವೇತಾಂಬರಿ ನೀನು ಬಾರದೆ ಉತ್ಸವ ಸಾಗಲ್ಲ ಗೀತಾಂಜಲಿ ಹಾಲುಗೆನ್ನೆಗೆ ವಾರೆಗಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮೂರ ಹೆಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಪುಷ್ಪಾಂಜಲಿ ತೊಂಡೆ ಹಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಬಾಳೆ ದಿಂಡಿಗೆ ದಾಳಿಂಬೆ ಹಣ್ಣಿಗೆ
ಇದೇ ನಾಡು ಇದೇ ಭಾಷೆ ಎಂದೆಂದೂ ನಮ್ಮದಾಗಿರಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಇರಲಿ ಕನ್ನಡವೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಉಸಿರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೇ ನಾಡು ಇದೇ ಭಾಷೆ ಎಂದೆಂದೂ ನಮ್ಮದಾಗಿರಲಿ.
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
So that was a very soothing medley rendition by Chetan, Sri Lakshmi, and entire team.
So, are you all ready for a peppy dance performance that is synced with upbeat songs?
If yes, let's sing, listen to the rhythm of Chennai.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's invite Mary and team for their perfect dance performance. The team members are
Lazar, Sangamitra, Yatish, Bharat, Tara, and Sai Vidya. The team is here on the stage. Let's give them a round of applause.
వన్ టాప్ల మామదురే అన్న కోడి మామదిని అన్న రెడీ మరుద మెచ్చు అన్న కోడి మామదిని నల్ల కుత్తే అడి మామదురే అన్న కోడి మామదిని అన్న రెడీ మరుద మెచ్చు అన్న కోడి మామదిని నల్ల కుత్తే అడి
They just rock the stage. So, what do we want next on stage?
So after dance, let's dive into the golden melodies of Bollywood with a hit song from the movie Mukaddar Ka Sikandar. Yes, none other than Amitabh Bachchan.
We call upon Bishwadeep Datta Bishwas onto the stage for taking us down the memory lane.
Let's welcome Bishwadeep onto the stage. Check it first.
Hello. Thank you all. रोते हुए आते हैं सब, रोते हुए आते हैं सब, हंसता हुआ जो जाएगा वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर, वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर जाने मन कहलाएगा। रोते हुए आते हैं सब, हंसता हुआ जो जाएगा। वो सिकंदर क्या था जिसने जुल्म से जीता जा, वो सिकंदर क्या था जिसने जुल्म से जीता जा, प्यार से जीते दिलों को वो झुका दे आसमां, जो सितारों पर कहानी प्यार की लिख जाएगा वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर, वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर जाने मन कहलाएगा। रोते हुए आते हैं सब, हंसता हुआ जो जाएगा। जिंदगी तो बेवफा है, एक दिन ठुकराएगी। जिंदगी तो बेवफा है, एक दिन ठुकराएगी। मौत महबूबा अपने साथ लेकर जाएगी। मर के जीने की अदा जो दुनिया को सिखलाएगा, वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर, वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर जाने मन कहलाएगा। रोते हुए आते हैं सब, हंसता हुआ जो जाएगा। हमने माना ये जमाना दर्द की जागीर है। हमने माना ये जमाना दर्द की जागीर है। हर कदम पर आंसुओं की एक नई जंजीर है। हाले गम पर जो खुशी के गीत गाता जाएगा, वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर, वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर जाने मन कहलाएगा। रोते हुए आते हैं सब, हंसता हुआ जो जाएगा, वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर, वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर जाने मन कहलाएगा, जाने मन कहलाएगा, जाने मन कहलाएगा। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Bishwadeep.
Thank you for the wonderful melody and taking back into the memory lane. And now again, let's have a rock and roll on the stage.
Let's have on stage Krishna and team. The team members are
Amrita, Pooja, Asma, Dinah, Nisha, Pradeep, and Arjun. Please welcome the team on the stage with a huge round of applause. Encourage them.
झुमका गिरा रे हाय, झुमका गिरा रे बरेली के बाजार में, झुमका गिरा रे बरेली के बाजार में, झुमका गिरा झुमका गिरा झुमका गिरा हाय हाय हाय, झुमका गिरा रे बरेली के बाजार में, झुमका गिरा रे। शक्ल से जितना नेक है तू, कसम से उतना फेक है तू, पड़ गया क्यों गले तुम छल्ले की तरह। हरे चिपक के सल्लो टेप जैसा लगा हुआ है, चेप जैसा ना किसी काम का निठल्ले की तरह। बस ढूंढ रहा है मौका, खुल के मारेगा चौका, बाई चांस किसी लड़की का जहाँ झुमका गिरा रे।
please na, தம்பிங்களுக்கு கோசம். ખાલી પડે નાની નાની બગલી ને નાના એવા સપના ની રેત વાળી ડગલી ને તોફાનો તરાપ મારે હાલે સાવ આપી જાય તોય જેની હિંમત અને આમ નહીં આપે એવો ખારવો ખલાસી એવો હાડનો પ્રવાસી એવો ખારવો ખલાસી એવો હાડનો પ્રવાસી ગોતીલો 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 પોતાના જ દરિયામાં પોતાની જ ડૂબકીથી જાતનું અમૂલ મોતીલો એ મોતી જે મજામાં ખાલી વાવટા ધજામાં એવો હાડનો પ્રવાસી ગોતીલો
முழம் போட்டே மாறி கொடந்து கபத்தில மாட்டி புடிச்சு பிஸ்தாஸ் மாக்கிரா சோமாரி ஜமாக்கிராயா பிஸ்தாஸ் மாக்கிரா சோமாரி ஜமாக்கிராயா ஏ சுர்கர்கா முகா முழம் போட்டே மாறி கொடந்து கபத்தில மாட்டி புடிச்சு பிஸ்தாஸ் மாக்கிரா சோமாரி ஜமாக்கிராயா பிஸ்தாஸ் மாக்கிரா சோமாரி ஜமாக்கிராயா டமாலே டமா 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 டமாலே டமா டனக்கு லக்கன டே டே டஸ்க் லக்கன டே Tanaka de 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 de.
Just the perfect mix of both contemporary songs and latest ones.
Indeed, it was a very splendid performance by the team. Now let's have a glimpse of vibrant India with energetic dance performance by Pooja and team.
The team members are Rakshita, Priyanka, Sharat and Yashashwini.
We are ready for the next dance. Please welcome the team with a round of applause.
जिया चले जा चले నేను తలే ధువా చలే
പുഞ്ചിരി തഞ്ചിക്കുഞ്ചിക്കോ മുന്തിരി മുത്തൊളി ചിന്തിക്കോ മഞ്ചണി വർണ്ണ ചുന്ദരി വാവേ തങ്കിണ്ണക്ക തകതിമിയാടും തങ്കനിലാവേ ഹോയ് പുഞ്ചിരി തഞ്ചിക്കുഞ്ചിക്കോ മുന്തിരി മുത്തൊളി ചിന്തിക്കോ മഞ്ചണി വർണ്ണ ചുന്ദരി വാവേ തങ്കിണ്ണക്ക തകതിമിയാടും തങ്കനിലാവേ
தவிக்குது மால தந்தம் மஞ்சள தந்தம் மாத்து அடிக்க மங்கள தந்தம் ஓல தந்தம் ஒதுக்கு தந்தம் ஓங்கி தட்டிக்கும் புத்திக தந்தம் மால தந்தம் மஞ்சள தந்தம் மாத்து அடிக்க மங்கள தந்தம் ஓல தந்தம் ஒதுக்கு தந்தம் ஓங்கி தட்டிக்கும் புத்திக தந்தம்
అరి దేవుడా దాని ఇంతలో పడే పిల్లడా దగ్గరై నన్ను చేరదీస్తివే బుట్ట బొమ్మ నన్ను చుట్టుకుంటివే జిందగీకే అడ్డ బొమ్మై జంట కట్టుకుంటివే బుట్ట బొమ్మ నన్ను చుట్టుకుంటివే జిందగీకే అడ్డ బొమ్మై జంట కట్టుకుంటివే
ಜಟಕ ಕುದುರೆ ಹತ್ತಿ ಪ್ಯಾಟೆ ಗೊಗುಮ್ಮ ಜಟಕ ಕುದುರೆ ಹತ್ತಿ ಪ್ಯಾಟೆ ಗೊಗುಮ್ಮ ಜರದ ಬೀಡ ತಿಂತ ಕರಗ ನೋಡುಮ್ಮ ಜಟಕ ಕುದುರೆ ಹತ್ತಿ ಪ್ಯಾಟೆ ಗೊಗುಮ್ಮ ಜರದ ಬೀಡ ತಿಂತ ಕರಗ ನೋಡುಮ್ಮ ಎತ್ತಾಳಿ ಕಟ್ಟೋ ಗಂಡು ಬಿಸಿರಾಗಿ ಮುದ್ದೆ ಉಂಡು ಎತ್ತಾಳಿ ಕಟ್ಟೋ ಗಂಡು ಬಿಸಿರಾಗಿ ಮುದ್ದೆ ಉಂಡು ಅರೆ ಜಲ್ದಿ ಜಲ್ದಿ ನಡಿ ನಡಿ ಆಹ ಜಟಕ ಕುದುರೆ ಹತ್ತಿ ಪ್ಯಾಟೆ ಗೊಗುಮ್ಮ ಜರದ ಬೀಡ ತಿಂತ ಕರಗ ನೋಡುಮ್ಮ ಹೈ ಹೈ ಜಟಕ ಕುದುರೆ ಹತ್ತಿ ಪ್ಯಾಟೆ ಗೊಗುಮ್ಮ ಜರದ ಬೀಡ ತಿಂತ ಕರಗ ನೋಡುಮ್ಮ
झमाझम नाच आजे धमाधम ढोल बाजे नॉन स्टॉप हल्ला मचेगा ओए नाचो सारे पापा पापा पीपनी पे आजा नया स्टेप सीखे नॉन स्टॉप हल्ला मचेगा ओए नाचो सारे अपनी फेमस है रात वाली यारियां जाने सारा जहां सोगाड़ा तारा छबीला तारा रंगीला तारा रंग बेर जुए तारी बात सोगाड़ा तारा ओरे छबीला तारा ओरे रंगीला तारा रंग बेर जुए तारी बात रे
हेलो सांगली आना हियर
सबको करंट लगा रहे
जिया जले
Let's once again give a big round of applause for all the participants that we have on stage. As we drop the curtains for the day, here's wishing Nabfins and each and every one of you who are part of Nabfins family a happy and eventful 15th year ahead.
Until we meet again, this is Shubham.
And this is Sadishya signing off. Have a fabulous lunch ahead.
We would request, so the program has come to an end, and we would request all our guests to join us for the lunch. I would request the guests who have come with the families to join first, and the later others will follow after 10-15 minutes. So my humble request, let's have the lunch. Thank you. The lunch is hosted at 7th floor. Thank you very much.
Also, there's a humble request from our side. Kindly visit the stalls that are arranged right outside the auditorium. Thank you.
Adisha, come front. Wait. Open ಮಾಡಿ.
Okay.
As humans, we are constantly searching.
Let it be. Glare is